one thing in particular that I was shocked by, and I don't know if it's okay for you to talk about it here on the show, but I was fascinated by the exchange that you had with B.F. Skinner.
Skinner. I knew you were going to say that.
So I can talk about that on the show. I was an undergraduate psychology major at the time, and I wrote to Skinner, and he invited me to his office. And it was like going into see the god of psychology. And I go in, and there's an old professor there, and I had on a dress at that time, and he asked me if I could touch he could touch my legs. And I said, you may look at them, but you may not touch them. And that was the end of that. I remember another thing with him, and I did write about this in my book, Animals in Translation. I said, B.F. Skinner, we need to learn about the brain. He says, we don't need to learn about the brain. We have operant conditioning. Well, I never believed that. And then years later, when Skinner got a stroke, he realized that maybe he did have to look inside the box after all.
How's that for karma? In this year of the woman and this year of the UN General, them saying that it's this year the focus is going to be on women and girls on the autism spectrum, but it's also been the year of Me Too. And to hear you talk about B.F. Skinner, I just have to say, I have to applaud you, Temple, for saying to him, no, you can look, but you cannot touch.
That's exactly what I told him.
Was he surprised?
I talked to somebody just recently about it that worked with B.F. Skinner years ago, and they said, oh, yeah, that's B.F. That's the kind of stuff he did.
Shocking. But what was his expression when you said that to him, Temple? Was he shocked that you said no?
It totally ended it. And then after that, we went and toured his rat lab, and we got to talking about research.
Well, I loved how you did.
I was kind of shocked that the great BF did that.
And I loved how you talked about how it instantly, you went up to that building thinking that you were going to see somebody larger than life, and it instantly changed him in your mind.
Oh, yeah, he had a giant plant, and that big vine that went all around his office. And he looked just like a regular professor. It was sort of like finding Oz behind the curtain.
There you go. I love that. And Anita, were you shocked to hear this story?
I'm never really shocked when I hear stories about men doing things like that. I found it actually very entertaining. But back then, in that day, he was actually before his time to do something like that. But actually, I was very impressed. Had I been in a situation and the guy said that to me, I probably would have been sort of speechless. I love Temple's comeback. You may look at them, but you may not touch them. I thought that was really slick.
I love that.
Said it really calmly and quietly and very politely, because I was trained to always be polite.
Well, and you were polite, but you had that firm boundary. I was impressed. I want for all of our young women to hear that. I thought that that was absolutely...
And you know what? It ended it. Now, the situation where this stuff really gets to be a problem, I had a situation in one of my very early freelance jobs where there was a ranch foreman who wanted to have sex with me, and he was slapping me on the butt, and I pushed him off. And then, of course, he goes and tells the boss that the corrals that I designed for him did not work. See, the situation where you absolutely cannot deal with this is when it's a boss. B.F. Skinner was not my boss. He did not do my grades. Whereas the other guy was able to sabotage the project. You see, when it's a boss at work, that is a situation that just absolutely can be career-wrecking.
And so what did you do, Temple?
It was a real problem because he told the rancher, this guy was a foreman on the ranch, that the corrals didn't work. And I almost thought, well, I'm going to just have to give up designing corrals. But thank goodness that wonderful Jim, the contractor who had built the corrals, he was another really important inventor for me. He seeked me out to design corrals for him, and he, supported me and says, no, I want you to keep designing stuff for me, but that was a situation, you see, where it was a boss doing it to me on a job, and that was much more difficult to deal with than the B.F. Skinner thing. B.F. Skinner was not my boss.